For the kettlebell staggered hinge, you'll use a light kettlebell anywhere from 10 to 20 pounds. Preferably you'll do this on a mound, or you can have your back foot on a wedge, or if you don't have either of those options, you can do it on flat ground. From here, you're going to have your left foot slightly further back than the right. You'll want to have your toes in line with the heel on the right side. Make sure you don't get too wide with this one. About shoulder width apart or slightly closer is preferred. From here, you're going to put the kettlebell in your right hand. You're going to sit back into that left hip directly behind you. As you're doing that, you're going to bring the kettlebell down towards your left foot. Don't need to go all the way down. Just go till you feel a little bit of tension and you feel like you're in a good hinge position before coming up. A couple things to remember. Make sure your feet are staying grounded. We don't want the toes coming up because that's going to take away your ability to hinge. It's going to be more of a fall instead of actually driving the hips back. Another thing to note is making sure that the toes are facing perfectly straight ahead. You don't want them to be turning to either side. And the last cue is to make sure you're not just turning to the left or to the right. You want to make sure that you're driving your hips straight back, learning how to load into one side of your hip at a time. So you'll do the amount of reps on one side before switching to the other. So I'll show you a couple of examples of rolling through this so you can see it at full speed. Show you from the side. You'll notice I'm not just dumping my torso forward like this. I want to make sure I'm staying fairly stacked. The chest is going to come forward a little bit, but just enough to allow me to sit the hips back into hinge.